Lobbert back at it again with another brew for Pauper. This week I have Mud, and before I get into the deck tech, there's a couple things I want to go over as always. There's a link in the video description to the deck list. There's also links in the video description to this timestamps if you want to skip the deck tech or skip to a certain match. Please like my video on YouTube because it boosts my visibility. And please subscribe for more Pauper content. There's also a link to my Twitch if you want to see me live stream, and I will get straight into the deck tech now. So this is Mud in Pauper. So it's a completely colorless deck, other than a couple of cards in the sideboard. And I guess if you count Porcelain Legionnaire as colored, then it's not completely colorless, but it doesn't tap for any colored mana. But as for our land suite, which is the most important, we're running 24 land because you don't always hit Tron, which this is a Tron deck. And if you don't hit it, you still need to be able to hit 5 mana. We have Radiant Fountain as a 4-of that just gains us life to buy us time. We have Quicksand as a 4-of as a pseudo removal spell. It really helps against Stompy and some other decks. I've killed Grimwog Anglers just with Quicksand. They also combo pretty well with Porcelain Legionnaires because you can block and then Quicksand. Haunted Fengraf, I think, is the best land in the deck, to be honest, because it allows you to go into your graveyard and get a random creature, giving the deck a lot of staying power. It's also tutorable with our Expedition map. Our Expedition map is the only way we tutor for our Tron pieces, and if we don't need our Tron anymore, then we usually go get Haunted Fengraf, maybe some of the other lands. We have Mind Stone, as well as Prismatic Lens and Pristine Talisman, because we need to ramp pretty quick to catch up. Pristine Talisman's great because it allows us to stabilize and gain some life. It really smooths out a lot of the games. Mind Stone is great because when we don't need it anymore, we can cycle it. When we have Tron, a lot of the time it's just a 3-mana cycling spell. We have 2 of Moonglove Extract, and this is the worst card in the deck, but it doesn't really work without it. It doesn't do anything crazy, it's just 2 damage. You can lay it on the field and then just tap all your mana for the rest of the game. So I consider things like Aeoli Pile and stuff. And there's some other cards that are like 2 to play, 1 to tap and sack for 2 damage, but I think Moonglove Extract is the best of the bunch. We have 4 of Rusted Relic, which we'll get into our creature suite in just a minute, but as long as you have Metalcraft, this is a 4-mana 5/5. This allows us to be kind of a mid-range deck where we just beat in and get a lot of value that way, or eventually win the game with these guys. The only drawback for this guy is you can't get them back with Haunted Fengraf. Other than that, we have Serrated Arrows. So Serrated Arrows and the Moonglove Extract make up our entire removal suite. I guess there's Quicksand, but that's a conditional one. Serrated Arrows really pulls a lot of the weight in this deck. It makes some of our matchups like amazing. Sometimes we take it out, but a lot of the time, like, Pauper is just a removal format where you can't really go into the format without removal, in my opinion, if you're brewing, and Serrated Arrows does that for us. For our creatures, we have 4 Porcelain Legionnaires. Just a 2-mana 3/1 with First Strike is good enough to hold the ground a lot of the time. Pup spells can sometimes eat this guy, but unless they have Trample, you're fine just trading this guy for some life. We have 4 Self-Assemblers. If you find one of these guys, you find all these guys. A lot of the time we're bringing these back with Haunted Fengraf and just beating them with 4/4s. Can get us there a lot of the time. We have 3 Ulamog's Crushers. I would like to be running 4 of these, but there's just not room, and a lot of the time they just get exiled or Doombladed or something, so I can't go all in on these. But if I can stick one of these early, or I can stick one of these once they've run out of resources, this is how we win the game. And then we have 2 Wretched Griff. I have never paid the emerge cost with Prismatic Lens in theory, could, but I value my creatures so highly that I would just rather wait most of the time. The other thing about Prismatic Lens is if we don't have the life, like against Burn or something, we can play Porcelain Legionnaire off of that. But yeah, the extra card is good. A 3/4 with flying is good, and these feel really great to get back with Haunted Fengraf. And then onto the sideboard, which is really weird, but it works. So we have Bottle Gnomes, which is just, like, it's great against Burn, it's good against Stompy. If you're looking to hold the ground and you're colorless, this is actually great. It's an oh crap button when you just need to sack it for 3 life. And it's relatively cheap, so we end up running 4 of these. Most of the cards in our board are 4-ofs, just so we can hose the matchups that we can actually interact with our sideboard. So that's kind of the strategy here. We have 4 gut shots. Every once in a while we'll bring in all 4 of these. We don't bring in, I think, any against Stompy, but they're great against fairies. They're great against Infect. Just random matchups these end up coming in. If I have too many cards I want to bring out, a lot of the time Gut Shot will just sub in for something. Mirror Sires, the entire purpose of these is, one, they're a decent blocker, but they don't really bring them in against aggressive matchups. A lot of the time I'm bringing these in for Chainer's Edict decks, because this deck really goes tall, and Chainer's Edict just eats my lunch. So a lot of the time, they're the only one that's not a 4-of, because if you hit one of these guys and then bring it back with Haunted Fengraf, one, you're not bringing back something more relevant, but if you bring back one of these guys, you've essentially made them have to cast 4 edicts, and that's usually enough, so I don't like to load up too much on these, but they are good. And then we have 4 Relic of Progenitus, just to shore up matches where that works. Like, it makes the Tron mirror, it's not really a mirror because we're a different Tron, but it makes the Tron mirror good. It makes it shuts off a lot of combo decks. Having access to 4 of these is just, I've felt like it has been worth it and good. And there's not a lot of other cards I want to put in my sideboard. And then I'm going to get onto the maybe board, cards that I've considered but haven't made it. Apostle's Blessing at some point was in the sideboard, but I just didn't like ever bringing it in. It's there to counter targeted removal a lot of the time. I never used it to push through damage, but I found that I didn't like leaving up the extra mana. I'd rather just honestly like replay my creature and be more aggressive that way. But if you end up running this deck, I might consider one, but I haven't enjoyed it. Darksteel Citadel, a lot of the time your Rusted Relic ends up being just an artifact sitting on the field, and it would be nice to be able to Expedition Map for that artifact. Even though Expedition Map is itself an artifact, but that's why it's not in the deck, but I can see an argument for it. I can't cut any of my land, though. Maybe like 1 Quicksand, but I'd rather have the Quicksand, so that's not in the deck. Flare Husk, it's a pump to let you win combat. It's good against edicts, and it doesn't get hit on Haunted Fengraf, so I was considering this as a 1-drop, but a lot of the time this ended up just not being good, and we need our threats in our hands to impact the game, like, in a big way, because we're playing 24 land and, like, I think 9 ramping spells, so we need the things that we play to actually do something big. I almost ran Foundry Assembler, but I found that I just didn't have almost anything on the board to help with Improvise. The reason I wanted to run it is as what's the card? Self-Assembler number 5, because it can go fetch this guy since he's also an assembly worker. But that just ended up not being worth it. I want to keep my threats as large as possible. And yeah, I just didn't have any small artifacts to tap for him. Glimmer Post as Radiant Fountain 5 through 8 I thought about. Just not better than any of their lands. Ichor Wellspring and Rusted Slasher. This was in my original iteration of the deck. Rusted Slasher just ended up dying to minus counters too often. And Ichor Wellspring, just the draw 2, I ended up getting flooded a lot of the time with it. I'd rather it just be action. Scour from Existence. Scour from Existence almost made the deck, and I tested Universal Solvent, but you're never trading up with these spells. You're always spending 7 to 8 mana to deal with a 5/5 that they've played for 3 to 5 mana in Pauper. And you never want to really take out land. So I ended up leaving these out. And then Viridian Longbow, this almost made the board, but I think I'm too creature light to play it. So I ended up not making the cut. So with that said, I think I will be getting into the games. All right, match number 1. We have 1 Tron piece. We're on the draw. Pristine Talisman means we can get to 4 mana if we can get to 3. I think we can keep this, but it's not a good hand. Island. Serrated Arrows will be effective against these guys if we can get it out there. It looks like we're going to turn 3 Tron. That was pretty fortunate. So far, it kind of just looks like we're playing a normal Tron deck. We haven't played anything weird yet. Okay. So he flips Counterspell and immediately starts beating in with a 3/2. Kind of looks like he's looking for land. Okay, so he's stumbled on land at the very least. If he stumbles one more turn, he's not going to be able to play Counterspell. But he did choose to shuffle on that Ponder. There's another Delver. I can take that out with my Serrated Arrows. So I go get a Mine. So here's this. So we have 7. Pristine Talismans essentially cost 2 since they refund one of their mana costs. So 2. I can cast one of those on either a Self-Assembler or Serrated Arrows. I want a Serrated Arrows to get rid of this Delver before I have to use 2 counters on it. So I can afford to also play the Expedition map. So the Pristine Talisman, that means I'm Daze proof. Let's just get this guy while we can. And then let's play Expedition map. Go back up to 15. So we're up to 8 mana already. Okay, he hit his 2nd island. And I think since we're doing so well on board... oh, he's just going to hold up Counterspell. That's alright with us. So let's jam a Rusted Relic. I think this will hit Counterspell. Self-Assembler is the thing we really want to land, because it'll get us more Self-Assemblers and we can just overrun him that way. Counterspell. Alright, got the Counterspell. So we can actually Expedition map to get another tower and go up 1 mana that way, because we have 4 right now, but Quicksand also does the same job. And I want to save this map in case we need to get something to bring back Self-Assembler. Could also... okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go get something. So 3, 4. Let's use 2. Go up to 5. Yeah, this works. I'll be able to play Mind Stone this way. Cause yeah. Nope, I lied. I did my math poorly, but that's yeah. Thought we were going up on more, but that's fine. Still got a self-assembler. I don't know how I did that math wrong. So I'm considering if I want to straighter arrows now. I think so. I'll just straighter arrows now. We'll be taking one less. And even if he hits red, he's not going to be able to kill our self-assembler. Let's just take 2. And soon enough, we're going to be gaining 2 a turn, so that'll be fine. Oh, I misplayed. Yeah. So we'll be able to at least block this ninja, like, forever. That, or just leave up Quicksand. Goes up to 10 cards in hand with Gush. 9 after he plays an island. Cycles Ash Barrens, probably to go get Red Source. And he's going to have to discard 2 cards. Boros. Just another Quicksand. So I'm just going to jam this Pristine Talisman. Okay, one second. Gotta count my mana. I want to leave up Quicksand. So I'm going to have 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 8, 10, 11. So I can afford to Mind Stone as well as play 2 self-assemblers. I believe. Hope my math isn't off again. So here's 1. Yeah, it should be right on. Let's play this Quicksand first. Get the last self-assembler out of our library. And then beat in for 4. Did have an extra counter on Restorated Arrows, but not the end of the world. I think we're going to win this anyway. Barring, like, an Echoing Truth or something. But he's on 2 land. All I have are 4/4s. I have 12 power on the board. Straighted Arrows is going to mean he can't replay that Delver profitably. Spellstutter Sprite is, like, useless against us. Just a second island. Moonglow Extract means I can kill this ninja. Let's get in there for 12. So let's play this self-assembler. I don't really care. Play Pristine Talisman so that we can start gaining lots of life. 2. I'm going to cycle this Mind Stone first before I play my Extract. Crusher, that's real. Alright. Take down game 1. What's up, Calixel? How goes it? So, I think I'm going to bring in Gut Shots. Crusher is good, but it's a huge investment for a deck that's running Counterspell. Even our 2-drop, Porcelain Legionnaire, is hard to spell Stutter Sprite for him. And it beats through pretty much everything, trades with everything. Wretched Griff I can't cut, so I think Crusher is the best to cut here. Just gonna max out on these Gut Shots. Hey, I can't tap for red. I don't know what you're talking about. Most MUD decks play Fairy Macabre in other formats, so I'm not apologizing. So I'm gonna cut a Rusted Relic. A lot of the time we're not gonna have enough artifacts to make that creature. And it's a little bit slow. Debating if I want to run 1 Crusher. Just to like close out a game. I don't think so. I think a lot of the time just beating in with 4/4s, 5/5s, and 3/4s, and like First Strikers is gonna be enough. And if I can just keep his fairies and delvers from killing me, I'll probably be in good shape. Make him pay full price for his ninja. Okay, on the draw again. Alright. See you, man. Back to Reddit. Crawl back in your hole. I could gamble this whole game on being able to cast Mind Stone on turn 2. Gut Shot makes this hand more keepable, but other than that, doesn't have a whole lot going on, so I'm going to mull. So this has 1 Tron piece, a map. If I hit a second land, it's... I'm going to keep going down, I think. I mean, I'm running 24 land. I should be able to hit... Oh my gosh. This is close. This is a close hand. I need to hit 3 land, though. All I need to hit is 2, because Expedition Map. I'll keep it. Bottom that. Yeah, there's a Delver. That's not a land. Because all my artifacts are silver. Well, what can you do? Alright, so we get a turn 2 flip on their Delver again. And they hit a second land. So maybe not so fortunate this round. Gotta draw land here, or we're gonna be so far behind. Power plant or tower would be optimal. Gah! Okay, I'll take it. So gain 2. I think they're just going to counter whatever we play, and we need to hit 3 lands so bad that I'm just going to... Clixel, thank you for following. Welcome to the Lob Squad. I'm just going to pass. Yeah. Yeah, I've just jammed Sprite. This probably means he's going to ninja me. He'd be tapped out if he ninja'd. That would be pretty nice. So, pop this. There is a consideration to getting something that's not a Tron piece. But I think I will get a Tron piece. I'll get Power Plant, because usually when I get Tower last. Another Porcelain Legionnaire. I think I'm going to try to jam Moonglove Extract first. It'll prevent the most damage. And I think I care the least if it gets countered. I don't want to play either of these Porcelain Legionnaires while I'm behind. Brainstorm. That's a good sign. So now I have to decide whether I want to just kill the insect or make sure I don't get ninja'd. I think I'm going to let him hit me. I wish they would have just kept the brown artifacts. Alright, just take the 4. No rush, no rush. Alright, so I hit another mine, pushing me up to 4 mana. Maybe I can bait out a bounce spell. Making him go down 1 less blue would be nice. So get that. Let's see if I can place Serrated Arrows. I doubt this is going to resolve. Yeah, there's a counterspell. So 1 more land means I'm going to be able to plop down both of my Pristine Talismans next turn. A tower would mean I get to plop a lot of stuff down. These Legionnaires look pretty stupid in my hand right now, though. Okay, he's at least tapped down enough that he's not going to be able to cast Counterspell at this point, unless he drops another island. Ninja? Okay. Take 2. If I don't draw a land, I'll at least be able to drop a Porcelain Legionnaire, and I think I have to drop a Porcelain Legionnaire or 2. Tower. Nope, Self-Assembler. Gonna be able to play that next turn at least. So let's drop Pristine Talisman. Start recouping life. And by recoup, I mean let's punch ourselves in the face for 2. Alright. Fetches off of Evolving Wilds. Betcha this is gonna get bolted. Better Porcelain Legionnaire than me, though. Doing okay for... Yeah. Doing okay for such a crappy hand. He has enough snowlands that he's going to be able to spread even my Self-Assembler. Ooh. That'll be good in the future. 1, 2, 3. Strap another Pristine Talisman. Gonna need it for all the life I plan on losing. Okay. Really gotta stabilize. He still has that Spellstutter Sprite in hand. But she's gonna just jam it. Nope. She pays 5 for Gush. Gush is gone. Good. Gush is gone. Great. There's a Scred. Yeah, he's drawn a lot of cards. Come on. I'm still hoping for tower. Cycles another Ash Barrens. Gets an island. Fairy. Augur. Let's see what he gets. Ponda. Alright. Map. That kind of sucks. Because he has a spell stutter in hand still. So I can either jam Self-Assembler, hope he doesn't have a counterspell. I think that's what I have to do. So it lands. Does that just mean he has a Scred? Grab another. And if I played Expedition Map now, it would just put another power on the field for him. He must have redundant ones. Here's another Gush. Oh man. He's got to have a ton of islands in hand, but drawing that many cards, he's got to have action too. Fairy Miscreant just cycles it. Just Ponder. Just attacks for 1. Guess that's a good sign. Pays for Ponder. So he has 3 fairies now. So he's to the point where he can counter my serrated arrows. So there's another fairy. He can also counter my Self-Assembler. So I'm going to lead with Expedition Map and try to just get the spell. Let's get our tower. I'm going to lead with Self-Assembler. Okay. So that means we get serrated arrows. Not going to be able to get these miscreants, so I'm just going to start eliminating sprites. Leave this guy up for blocking. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he just screds my Self-Assembler, I die. Yep, hits me for 4. I'm not actually like losing this race though, since I have... Okay. He just bolted me in the face. Yeah, well, we had a bad start. I don't feel too bad about losing that game. I think we just ship this back. Yes, get to go first. Ooh. 1 shy of Tron. I think I keep this. I gotta play a Porcelain Legionnaire. He has a hard time with those other than like burn spells. And then I also get to play Rested Relic. Quicksands are a little bit of insurance. I'll start off with the Tron pieces though. He's at least mulliganing. Yield. So next turn I'm gonna Legionnaire. Alright. So just gonna jam this Legionnaire. Kind of expecting an null there. Cycles Ash Barrens. Gets another island. There's the island. Alright, I have enough land now. Let's get in for 3. Let's go for a Pristine Talisman. Now let's go for a Rusted Relic. This is the one he probably should counter. I do get the counter spell. Leave out Pristine Talisman to fake out like an Apostle's Blessing or something. Not that I'm running it. Grabs a mountain. Gets my guy. It's unfortunate. There's a fairy. Alright. I'm in a losing position now. So I'm just going to draw Quicksand, so at least he's not going to be able to Ninja me. And I'm going to be able to Time Walk his fairy every turn. Stormbound Geist. Yeah. Honored Fengraf, I'm going to be able to at least get back Porcelain Legionnaire. So I guess I'll do that. Not get too far behind on this race. Not feeling great about this though. The flood is real. Another Stormbound Geist. Oh. Yeah, don't have any choice. Quicksand is only non-flying. Alright. Mind Stone at least cycles. Boros helps. I can't kill a creature with Undying permanently since I'm taking away the -1/-1 counters. But it will make it so his fairy count stays low and subsequent miscreants won't do anything. It can also shrink his Stormbound Geist. I'm going to avoid shrinking his Stormbound Geists though. Let's play another Quicksand. Play it like that. I'm gonna kill this now so he can't like bounce it or nothing. There's another fairy. So we're doing all right. That's bad. Yeah, just gain a life. So let's try to play a 5/5. No counter spell at least. Have all the mana in the world. Nothing to do with it though. No reason to go for the Miscreant, I think. Yeah, there is. No, there's not. Okay, I'm gonna do it in his upkeep. So he's down to 1 card in hand at least, though. Up to 2 again. Sure, go down to 9. Another arrows. Not sure if I'm excited about that. I'm gonna have to start shooting these off at those Stormbound Geists. Let's get this other arrows out here. Looked like he was thinking about spell stuttering to block. So I can at least kill this. I believe I win this race. I'm gonna put a counter on that. I know he can ninja me. Oh no, he can't. It's not there yet. But he can ninja me now. But I can quicksand the ninja. So I'll just take 3. Sack the arrows. Another land. Alright, just one more attack, right? Let's get a counter on that. So he bolts his own guy to get it to be 1 power higher. Alright. At least down to 0 cards in hand, and he didn't put the bolt on me. So I'll take 4. There's a fairy. I think I win, because he played a fairy. I can arrows the fairy. I don't die from the 4 damage. Yeah, go to 4. 0 cards in hand. I can kill your fairy. Victory? Hooray! Wow, beat Blue-Red Delver with Mud. Alright, round 2. We beat what people have called the best deck in the format with a colorless deck, so at the very least, there's that. If I dodged Stompy all day, I'd be happy. So this plays turn 3 Tron again. I'm getting pretty lucky. On the draw, though. Alright. Okay. So far, we're looking like we're fighting Bogles. I don't have a lot for the Bogles match. I think Ulamog's Crusher is my best bet. I just have to land like a fast Crusher. Hope for a stumble. Alright, nothing so far. Play Tower Pass. And make sure to go get Power Plant. Ooh, he's stumbling. So I have 7 mana, so I can play Mind Stone. And let's see, I will have 6 here. Let's just try to close this out. Sent me a message. 0 dot parenthesis. Okay. O dot O. Yeah. Oh, whoa. Yeah. Discard the Orinar lid. Hit him for 6. I think the play here is cycling Mind Stone. Try to get some more action. Cycle again. 100 Fengraf doesn't help much. Serrated Arrows is really bad in this matchup. What should I get? I can get Radiant Fountain, Haunted Fengraf. I don't have anything that like draws me cards, which sucks. Quicksand doesn't help. Probably just get a tower. That way, next turn, if I draw like Self-Assembler or something, like if I draw a whole bunch of Mind Stones and then an Ulamog's Crusher, I'll be able to afford it. Or like a Wretched Griff and another card. Three. Arlid, it's a 3/3. Poses no threat to my Porcelain Legionnaires, plus Serrated Arrows actually eventually takes care of that, depending on what he plays. Self-Assembler is a great draw. Gonna have to try to figure out how many Self-Assemblers and how many Serrated Arrows I want to play. He goes down to 2. He must have some lifelink enchantment in his hand. So, jam a Self-Assembler. I think I should have played Quicksand. I think just committing the most power to the board possible is the most solid strategy. You would have to have something pretty nuts to keep up with this. Like another land and then what, like it'd have to be like, okay, so there's Rancor. It's gotta just have enchantments in his hand. Okay. So took game 1. This is a hard matchup. I think I'm gonna take out Serrated Arrows. Maybe Murasires just as like infinite chump blockers. And a Bottle Gnomes. The only thing Serrated Arrows hits is Arlid. And trying to hit that with Serrated Arrows is probably a losing fight. Yeah. Sideboard's not really tuned for this. Hopefully just a Crusher will do it. Pretty big stumble there, so just gotta win one of these next 2. Oh, I left in Moonglow of Extract, but I think doing 2 to his face might be relevant. Alright, so 2 Tron pieces, Quicksand, Haunted Fengraph. I don't think I can throw it back. I have Self-Assembler for actual dudes, and then I can play turn 2 this, turn 3 that. And then... Oh. He yielded through his turn. He's just yielding through all of his turns. Oh, he's mulliganed pretty hard. Oh, that's bad. That's tough luck. Yeah, he's just doesn't have any land. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're still 2 shy on being able to cast Crusher. I think. So there's, I can Porcelain Legionnaire or I can Mind Stone. I don't think playing Mind Stone actually speeds up how fast we can play Self-Assembler. The only consideration would be trying to cast Crusher, and that's so far off right now. Still nothing. So that was a pretty good draw. Still nothing. By the time he gets ready, I'm just gonna jam an Ulamog's Crusher. Go back up to 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd rather just play Self-Assembler. Yep, win that one. Oh, tough luck, man. Alright, round 3. I got 2 lands, a Porcelain Legionnaire. This isn't very good. Let's just hope that having a 24 land deck gets us there. We don't have any 3 cost to play. Don't have any 3 cost to play. Or a 3rd land, or a 4th land. This hand seems quite bad, actually. I'm gonna mulligan. This is much better. I'm glad I did. Much, 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 much better. I think I have to keep that land. Just to ensure hitting 4 so I can play my Rusted Relic. So, Tron piece, go. This probably means burn. So since that probably means burn, I'm going to go with my Prismatic Lens. With Prismatic Lens, I can actually pay the white for Porcelain Legionnaire. Or I can just jam Rusted Relic for a faster clock. Nope. This looks like Kuldotha Boros. Cycles that Forgotten Cave that he had played the previous round. Goes to discard. Hopefully that'll give us some insight. Dirtle hand Kuldotha. I think you're probably right. Looks like he's gonna take a think on this one. So there's another mine. He gets rid of a galvanic blast. I'm thinking he has control heavy hand. So if I play Rusted Relic, he won't be able to kill it at all. And then the next turn I can play mine, then Self-Assembler to bash him. If we don't draw anything else that's relevant. Yeah, Ancient Den. Let's see. It's a Prophetic Prism or something? Three. Tapping out would be nice. Yep, it's a Prophetic Prism. He's floating a red. Plays Kuldotha Rebirth. Alright, Tower, very good. That's prophetic. I say that every time. It's like the one time I didn't. 2, 3, 4. So we're not actually going to be able to play a second Self-Assembler because I messed up and played this Radiant Fountain. So I'm just going to white. Play Legionnaire. Get real aggressive. Next turn I'll be able to play at least 2 Self-Assemblers. I don't want to count. It looks like 2. So Glint Hawk, looks like he's bouncing that Ancient Den. I don't know if I have much of a sideboard against this deck. I don't, like, most decks have artifact destruction or something. I have Serrated Arrows as kind of like a main deck hate. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of tokens. So he can't attack. Pristine Talisman, pretty good, I think. But let's get in with our guys first. No blocks would really worry me. Uh-oh, that's no blocks. He's down to 3. So, okay, I'll be playing this. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I can either play 2 Self-Assemblers or a Self-Assembler and a Pristine Talisman. I think I'm going to go with the 2 Self-Assemblers. Yep, Rally should be in their deck. Enemy deck. Get all these out of my deck. Okay, it looks like he's not going to be casting Rally the Peasants this turn because it costs 3. So this is going to force some blocks. Of course, Skyfisher probably bouncing the Pathetic Prism. Probably just attack with this flyer. Yep. Quicksand. That at least kills a guy. No use holding anything back. Let's force as much blocks as possible. Probably going to see a whole bunch of chump blockers. Somebody's texting me. Looks like he's going for like a whole bunch of blocks. It's weird. If we'd drawn Moonglove Extract, we could have killed him. So Quicksand will kill one of his guys. Pristine Talisman gets me up 1 life. And I'm going to play another blocker. Double check there's nothing left in our deck. There's not. So I'll just pass. And now he could double rally. Nope. Doesn't look like he has it. There's the land. So I'm trying to do some mental gymnastics and figure out what would win it for him here. I'm pretty sure we're safe though. So no attacks. Dead draw. And I think this wraps it up. If not, I just wipe his board. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he had a Galvanic Blast for my creature. Nope. So take that one down. Yeah, I'm pretty strong against Prismatic Strands. Porcelain Legionnaire, the only one that it affects at all. So the only card I'm thinking about bringing in is Gut Shot, and that's pretty non-favorable. I think Moonglove Extract is worse. It does kill, like, his bird and Thraben Inspector, but I don't know if I care about those. I think I'd rather have the artifact. Maybe removal isn't what I want to be, where I want to be anyway. I could play Bottle Gnomes. Gut Shot isn't even good against tokens, yeah. I could bring in Relic to hate out. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Bring in a couple of Relic of Progenitus. It's either Relic or Bottle Gnomes. Bottle Gnome's just a good blocker, but Relic gets Firebolt and Battle Screech if I can keep him off of the white creatures. I think Bottle Gnomes is better. Maybe I'll go 1 and 1. Relic isn't that good. Bottle Gnomes isn't that good, but they both seem better than Moonglove. I'm just gonna run it back like this. So, not an amazing hand. It needs land. I think that's it, though. I think I'm going to go with the Mind Stone route. Turn 1 map, turn 2 Mind Stone, and then hope I get into my extra Tron piece. Great Furnace, pass? Yeah, pass. Okay. Don't think he's running Molten Rain, do ya? That'd be pretty bad. There's a Radiant Fountain. 2, Prophetic Prism. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go in on the ramp route. Playing against Plax Cancer. Okay. Wellspring. This looks like he's trying to get another land. I got it though. Ooh. So I'm gonna need to drop like Bottle Gnomes or something pretty quick. Oh, that was a good draw. If you need me to tell you that, that's... You shouldn't. So, gonna go with Mind Stone again. And then the Bottle Dome. So I'll have access to tons of mana next turn. He's up to 4. There's a 3-bit Inspector. I would like to hit Ulamog's Crusher off of this draw, I think. Pops his clue immediately. Red. Lightning Bolt. Remember to sack my gnomes. Go up to 23. Alright. I want the biggest fatty I can get. Get it. Nope. That's still alright though. So 1, 2, map. And then I want mine. So I'm gonna play Prismatic Lens because I have access to 7, 8. Yeah, this essentially costs 1. Get a redraw though. Wretched Griff or Expedition Map. Galvanic Blast would be bad news. Let's see what he draws. Let's kill this 1/2. What is this? Rally the Peasants. Ouch. So go down to 11. Hopefully that's not another Kuldotha Rebirth in his hand. Boros Garrison for the Radiant Fountain. Yep. Okay. And then I need to... Ooh, that's gain life. So I have to play the serrated arrows. I want to play another blocker. But I want to pop these Mind Stones. So I have 2. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should be able to do it all. Let's pop the first Mind Stone. All right. Should get one of these now. Drop the relic. Sucks I have to go down on life, but I'm gonna drop this. Now, do I attack? Gotta close out this game one day. He only has 2 attackers anyway, so let's do it. Micro Wellspring, that's pretty scary. Is that Radiant Fountain? Doesn't look like an attack. Okay. Shoot. Let's cycle this before we do anything. Cycle this before we do anything. Huh. Mow that guy down. And then I can actually flashback bottle gnomes. So I can attack with everything. I'm just gonna try to close this out as soon as I can. Oh! I win! Don't like this hand much. But if we draw 1 land in the next few draws, it works. And we're on the draw anyway. Even if we draw a Mind Stone. And he's down to 6 cards. He's already mulliganed. He's deciding whether to go to 5. At the very least, I play a Porcelain Legionnaire, and that'll buy me a lot of time. Decides to keep 6, and it looks like we're playing against Affinity. Bad draw. Let's just play Radiant Fountain and pass. That really conceals what we're playing the most. Chromatic Star. Ooh, second Tron piece. That was a good draw. So let's play our Porcelain Legionnaire as a blocker and pass the turn. Ooh, another land. This is shaping up nicely. So it looks like he has stumbled. Let's play Pristine Talisman. Radiant Fountain and Legionnaire canceled out, so gonna start gaining life now. Okay, he's hit land. He's Affinity, so he can just vomit his hand. He would have played a Frogmite last turn if he had it, though, and I think his draw per turn was Great Furnace. So we might see a big ol' nothing. Terrarian can tap for 2 blue, but... okay. How did he pay for this? I thought when you sacked the star, it didn't count for Affinity anymore. Galvanic Blasts by Legionnaire, that's fine. That's a lot of pristine talismans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can either play Self-Assembler this turn or 2 pristine talismans, and I'm actually thinking I'm just going to go for the talismans. If I play a Crusher, it just locks him out of the game, and all I need is 1 more land. So he gets to land 3, and he drops a Frogmite. Must have drawn that off of Thoughtcast. So here's a second Thoughtcast. 2 Atog. We are prepared for that with all of our life. So I think, so 4, 6, 8. Just hard cast Nulmog's Crusher. What you gonna do about it, punk? Quite like our position right now. It counts towards the cost if you cast the Thoughtcast before you sack it for blue. Okay. Yeah, okay, so for the same logic that you can use an Eldrazi Scion for Convoke twice. So it kind of looks like he's going to be able to stop our Crusher. Yep, just attack. Let's see what we get. Probably the Germs, I would suspect. Nope. The Germ and the Chromatic Star. And the other Germ blocks. So play Quicksand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not gonna be able to cast 2 Self-Assemblers, so I might as well Wretched Gryph. Probably should have cast the Wretched Gryph before anything else, just in case I drew a Tron piece. Draw a Rusted Relic anyway, so not punished. And we're at 30, so I'm going to have to do some counting to see if he can Team or Battle Rage us. Nope. No, he can't. Okay, so he's probably going to play the blue-blue pseudo Affinity, yeah. Gear Seeker. So I'll give up this Quicksand to stop this Enforcer. I think he's just going to sack it for Atog anyway. Sure, probably sack the Terrarian. Okay, go down to 27. Get in there with Crusher, try to get those artifacts off the table. Probably going to sack this Terrarian now. Yep. Terrarian and the Flare Husk. Draws a card. So I at least get to eat this Gear Seeker Serpent. I'm sure he's happy to make that trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's awkward. I can spend 4 to get back Crusher and 4 for Rusted Relic. But the thing is, I'm not going to be able to cast this Ulamog's Crusher unless I draw a land next turn. It's probably still a better plan than anything else. So land for turn. What is this? Equip Flare Husk. So now his guy's a 5/5. Oh yeah, I forgot that I had Porcelain Legionnaire in here, so it's going to be a coin flip whether I actually get my guy back or not. I'll make this trade. Doesn't affect my chances with Haunted Fengraf, so I'm just going to let it go. Fingers crossed. Okay, we get the Crusher. Land? Okay. We're Luxax today. Up to 33. Kind of in this for the grind, so I'm not going to attack with the Wretched Griff. I'd rather block like an Atog and then block. Yeah, I'd rather block something else with my Wretched Griff than hit in for 3. So let's see what he does. Okay, so it looks like he's just waiting for the Ulamog's Crusher to attack. Okay, up to 9 mana again. Yeah, let's attack. See what he sacks. Probably some land. It's really narrowing down what he can eat with the Atogs, though. And if he's going to kill my guy, he has to sack something with Atog as well. So if I leave the Atog up front, I think I want to kill the 5/5. Still has to sack 1 artifact this way. And it's getting pretty low. If I put the Atog in front, then I think he just lets it resolve. Yeah, I'm just going to put this guy in front. I don't want to deal with this 5/5 a second time. So what did he sack there? Frogmite. Place second Quicksand. Let's get the self-assembler down. Get one of them out of my deck. And pass the turn, because I only have 4 mana available. So there's a Frogmite. That's not a great draw. I think this equip is just, yeah. Arrows, that is a good draw. I can actually start beating in with, so 1 second. 5, yeah, I have 9 available, so I can play both of these. I'm not really afraid of like fleeing or team or battle rage or anything, so I'm gonna start going on the beatdown. I'm okay just taking a permanent here. Probably Springleaf Drum. Nope. Frogmite. 3, 4. 5. Self-assembler, get the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I don't want to do this yet. I want to wait until the end of his turn. There's another Frogmite. Because I don't want him to move. Yeah, I don't want him to move the Flare Husk, so I have to spend an extra counter. So there's one. Let's get this now. Make him choose before he can like chump block or anything. Okay. We can pay 4 extra. I think we've already worked out, so Mind Stone cycling is no problem. And then I'll be able to leave up Quicksand. Making sure not to use any of my Tron lands here. Alright, I can just drop that, so I can leave up both Quicksand now. Okay. Tank game 1 against Affinity. That was pretty tough, though. Our draws were pretty decent, even though we never got Tron. Don't really care about Relic. Gut Shot's terrible. I found that Moonglove Extract is pretty bad. Mirror is chumps, so I'm probably going to bring in Mirror. It's not great when we're trying to Haunted Fengraph for value, but I think we have to bring in something like that. I think it's better than Bottle Gnomes. Maybe not. Maybe Bottle Gnomes is better here. It blocks Frogmite. It makes him have to sack something with Atog to kill it. The life is relevant. It's still a chump block, so it's like 2 chump blocks. So I think it's better than Mirror. I'll keep this. Let's hope he doesn't have... I bet you he does have some great artifact removal. Maybe he'll get screwed? This is a good hand. It at least gets there. Doesn't have like natural Tron or anything, but... So Terrarian. Let's drop this. Pass. Well, he's got a dirtily hand. Nope. Frogmite. Let's gain 2. This Legionnaire is going to end up blocking. It'll prevent 4 damage if I drop it now, so I think it'll be good to drop. Even if I'm behind on where I want to be on my mana. So Thoughtcast, it's probably going to just get bolted. Yep, Galvanic Blast. Still prevented 4 damage. I took 4 off of it, or took 2 off of it, so net positive, I guess. Let's just stop. My goal is to stop him from attacking right now. Pops Terrarian. Hopefully that means that he doesn't have an answer. Relic. Just tap Relic now. Yeah. So it looks like we've stopped him. Draw land 3. So start recouping life. And we at least have a plan to get up to 5 for Self-Assembler. So cycles another Prophetic Prism. Gotta hit some action pretty soon. Another Galvanic Blast. Okay. Relic is annoying. Haunted Fengraph is probably never going to do anything. At least we got to keep it on the table. Huh. Let's drop Bottle Gnomes. That lets us play Self-Assembler next turn. Serrated Arrows was a consideration, but I'm probably going to use it on an ATOG or something. Just attack, yeah. Another thing Bottle Gnomes can do is okay, that was a decent draw. Another thing Bottle Gnomes can do is sack itself to make the relic not hit when we go to Haunted Fen, grab something big back. So I can attack here. I'm so far behind that I don't think it's worth it. It's only 1 damage. I'd rather attack with a Self-Assembler. Flavor text is awesome. Reinforcements or refreshments? It is. I was reading that earlier. So, kind of wish I had the Serrated Arrows out. What is this? Is this my doom? I've gotten that before. That I look like Brad Nelson. So he's got to sack 2 more. Yeah. Looks like I'm dead. This can be safe. Yeah. We get it. Your deck is OP. We get it. Aww. I'll gain 3. Okay, I lose. Bit of a stumble there. Probably just run this back. Let's win this one. So 4 lands. Rusted Relic doesn't look at me flirting with the streamer. Yeah, this doesn't do much. I can play Rusted Relic turn 3 and it's not even a creature. Because Mindstone, Rusted Relic, that's only 2 artifacts. I don't know, I'm kind of like a cam girl. Yeah, I'll mulligan. Wow, this is pretty bad. Let's just mulligan into Oblivion. Sure. Second. There's a piece, I'll take it. Turn 1 relic. Well, maybe that means he doesn't have very much action. It's essentially a land because affinity creatures. 2 Prophetic Prism and then Frogmite, Frogmite, Frogmite. Okay, just 1. Quicksand's okay. Get us Serrated Arrows down. Man, even if I had Serrated Arrows, That ATOG would have just immediately killed me. That's a Mirror Enforcer. I've got a blocker for it with serrated arrows. Just take one there. I'm gonna hope to all hopes that he doesn't bolt this. I'm gonna have any creature on a mole to like 5. Self-Assembler's not bad. And I did hit 5 mana off of a 5-card hand. So Springleaf Drum, it's at least a whiff. So let's get the Frogmite off the table to reduce his artifact count. Bottlenose is a pretty dead draw. Let's start getting in, I guess. You can't block. More deck thinning. I just really hate drawing self-assemblers. Okay. There's a chance. Oh, Thoughtcast is a really good card. Frogmite. Not scared of that. Blue. Another Thoughtcast. Another Frogmite. Another Mirror Advisor. Stop. Did he? Now I need another Serrated Arrows. Okay, Rusted Relic, not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still shy. Rusted Relic at least means that I can cycle this Mind Stone without losing tempo. Attack with 1 or attack with 2? Let's attack with 2. Gotta close out this game faster than... Alright, 1 cycle here. Where's his mine? Where's his mine? It's power plant. It's the thought that counts, though. I do want to get a 5/5 out, so I'm gonna just drop the Relic, leave up Quicksand. That way I don't have to pop Serrated Arrows if he attacks. He said GG. I don't know if that means I lose? Oh. Shtaytog Fling. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25? Yep. I don't know if that's BM. I think that he has clearly won, though. If he has ATOG Fling, then, like, obviously he can't do anything. You could do it now. You could do it now. Alright, so I lost a game. I'm just gonna mull this. I guess I'll keep that. Scry that. Oh, I'm so sad. I want this card. Bottom. Even if I draw a natural Tron, I don't think I even would play it. Alright, so good thing I put that on the bottom. So this kind of looks like Kiln Fiend. Nope. Last game's gonna be a long one, it looks like. Let's get in for as much damage as I can. I have gone under Tron. I have grinded it out with post-board. But pre-board, I can't outgrind this deck. So, didn't draw a 3-drop or another 2-drop, so I'm gonna play a Rusted Relic that's just an artifact. Yep. Flame Slash. They do have kind of a hard time dealing with Rusted Relics. Hoping to hit a land this turn, I think. There's a land. Oh, no counter. So I get value. I was totally expecting a counterspell. Let's see, what is this? Map. Yeah, so he has Tron. Let's see what he does with it. Muldrifter. Quicksand's not very good against Tron. Let's just keep hoping he's not drawing counterspells and jam as many self-assemblers as we can. Yeah. So we got it. Hopefully we can swing in for 9 without losing any of our creatures. So completely fogs us with an electrostatic bolt. I guess that's kind of clever. Kills Mirror Enforcer, and it kills all the 2-drops in the, or the 2 toughness creatures in the format. There is a lot. It's kind of how my deck functions with Quicksand and such. Alright. This looks like it's going to be over sooner rather than later. So there's a Flame Slash on that guy. Yep, take 2. Didn't need that land. Eventually we will want it though. Let's jam another self-assembler. Get the last one out of our library. And I bet you he has like 1,000 fogs to back him up. Wow, I didn't think Tron decks played this many Flame Slashes and such. I thought they were like a one of. So one more land and we can Wretched Griff. 2, 3, 4. Let's just jam Rusted Relic. Condescend. Prohibit. Yep. Looking real bad. Probably lost this game already, but I'm going to play it out since Tron decks can take up to 15 minutes to win a game sometimes. Not this game, but maybe one of the future games. Alright. Don't condescend me, bro. Draw a card regardless. It's not an artifact, but it can at least block these Mole Drifters. The next turn I should be able to play these two. 6. Is it Denrova Horror? Oh, it's Capsize. Oh, he's one of those decks. Rusted Relic, probably at its worst right now. 7 mana. I'm talking about time, but I'm behind right now. Alright. Catching up. Capsize. Pneumatic Wall. Okay. Replay my land. Not really sure why he's bouncing my land. But see how this goes. Double check. Nope. Let's get a Legionnaire out there. Go down to 8. Can't attack with that guy, but I can attack with this guy. Got in there for 5. Probably won't be around for long. Just yield. Yep, capsize me, bro. Flame Slash. Yup, kill my self-assembler. Nope, killed my Wretched Griff. Just trying to end the game. Oops. How does MTG bot know opponent's record? I think it's by... It's just public on... what is it? This screen. Details. I don't know. It's on the details screen. He can't flicker now, so I'll get a counter. I suppose I should have... you don't want to kill a Pneumatic Wall anyway. Oh, is this Fog? Yeah, there's a Fog. Well, this is a lost cause anyway. He has so much time anyway that I doubt it'll matter. He's a more aggressive Tron for some reason too. So I bring in all 4 relics in this matchup. You could argue Moonglow Extract isn't really worth it. Like killing his Tron's creatures, not really a winning proposition. The only ones I really want to kill are like Mole Drifter, and I'd rather just kind of race those, I think. I'm debating whether I want Serrated Arrows or Moonglove. Moonglove does what I want it to do better in just killing a Mole Drifter, but Serrated Arrows sticks around as an artifact afterward. It's 1 more mana. Especially he's playing Dinroba Horror, so I don't know. I don't think he's Dinroba Tron. I think he's Murasa Tron or something. I don't know the difference really on just seeing the cards that I saw. I'll just keep it like this. Going first. I don't remember how we mulliganed that last game. I wish they would let me pop the chat back up from this screen. Like, you know, a little chat button here. Pop it back up. Okay, I actually want to read this. Yeah, I mulliganed to 6. Okay. So is this like a turn 3 self-assembler? Because turn 1... No, it's turn 4. I don't think turn 4 self-assembler is good enough. I don't think 1 land is good enough. Alright. Turn 3 Tron will do it. So I need to go get Power Plant. We'll just mind control this one. Power Plant. Just cast my Wretched Griff. Oh, that's a good draw. Gotta make sure to play it when he's tapped out or something. Come on, keep tapping. Sure. Alright, can't play into a Prohibit. So let's Legionnaire. Let's Serrated Arrows. Pass. Shoot. It's kind of funny that even Tron plays 1 mana burn spells. Okay. I haven't drawn any bait spells to get this Prohibit out of his hand. That's what I have him on. So let's just drop this Pristine Talisman. And if we lose this Relic, I don't know when I'm going to get the second one. Yep, pop map. Nope. Ancient Grudge. Yeah. This looks pretty grim. Have all the mana, but nothing worth it to spend it on. Simic Signet. Even if we drop this now, he can just Ancient Grudge it. So I think I'm just gonna do it. Maybe this is just like a panic play. Keep passing. Get life. So I think he's gonna pop his... Yeah. The worst part is, now I have an expedition map, and I could have gone and got Haunted Fengraf, and I could have responded here and maybe got back my Wretched Griff. So that was a misplay. I think I just go for it, though. Flood is real. So, just gonna play an expedition map. Pass. Just as likely we could have gotten Porcelain Legionnaire back, which wouldn't have been great. So, Speak of the Devil. Let's drop Porcelain Legionnaire. Still have 3 more relics in our deck, though. Well, there's a second Ancient Grudge. F word. So flooded. Mystical Teachings. Yep. It's Impulse. Cast Impulse. Yeah. Please let me draw something that's not a freaking land. Anything that's not a land, really. Even if it's a Pristine Talisman. Like... Alright. There we go. So now I make sure to get Haunted Fengraf in case we have to pop that. Put that on the table. 3, 7... Crusher. Get a Crusher. I'm sure he's just going to start capsizing me. So, Expedition Map, go get his final Tron piece. Play the Tron piece. I mean, he can Mystical Teachings for it. I would like to get a Annihilator trigger, though. What is this? Flame Slash. Mnemonic Wall. What is this? Prophetic Prism. Okay. Then Flame Slash. Sure. Don't get the Legionnaire back. Get the Legionnaire back. That happens sometimes. So drop a Legionnaire. Drop other Legionnaire. Ancient Grudge me? Yep. Start hitting Mnemonic Wall with my serrated arrows. Let's just get it for 1. That way I can attack. F me. Got all 4 of my quicksands. Yep, doesn't even care at this point. So, flashback mystical teachings, 4 mystical teachings. Mystical teachings, 4 forbidden alchemy. Then you forbidden alchemy. And it's getting hot in my room. I want to turn on my AC, but it would sound awful. Yeah. How many lands have we drawn? 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, essentially. We've gotten 2 off of expedition maps. But then we hit a relic that just ended up getting ancient grudged. Oh, capsize back mnemonic wall. That's dirty. Not sure how much further I want to go. It's going to take him probably 15 more turns to kill me. Hopefully this is a Mole Drifter so that he has a win con. No, it's an Impulse. Yield until end of turn, but I have 1 mana in my mana pool, so... Oh look, another Pristine Talisman. How exciting. I'll just concede. He has Capsize Lock. I wanted to see what my next draws were. Maybe I could have gotten out of it. I doubt it, though. Oh well. Went positive in my record. I feel like the deck performed well for the first half of the day. But yeah, like we saw in that last round, the deck is kind of soft to artifact hate. I have fought through... I've won games where people have cast 3 Gleeful Sabotage in a game. It was Stompy, and they just kind of ran out of steam because they had so many Gleeful Sabotages. I like this deck, though. It's weak to Capsize, as we saw there, too, so I think he was pretty geared to fight us. But we also hit, like, 13 land when... Honestly, half of our deck is land. If we go here, here... this counts as land. You can cantrip the Mind Stones at the very least. So we have, like, 37 cards that tap for mana, essentially. 23 that don't. So sometimes you get flooded. But I really like this deck. It's unique. You just play 4/4s and beat your opponent down. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you for watching. Remember to like. Goodbye.